I write in a way that everybody can understand. So it's from doing something from tea for 2 to an event for 5,000. But what you have to do in your mind, you dream the event. So you go through from the idea to creating an invitation. How do the guests get there? What do they do when they arrive? You know, where do they hang their coats? What happens when they go to the bathroom? Got to have lavatory paper. It's the details. And the most important thing is the duties of the host, the duties of the guest. And it's explained in my book. It is so important that a host introduces his guests, moves people around. You know, I don't go to a party to see a friend and glue myself talking to them in a corner. I go to a party to meet new people, to have new experiences, new taste. I want to come away feeling a better person. I've really enjoyed it. I've had great conversations and met new people that are going to be an addition to my life. That's so important. You can set the stage. You can do decor. You can have fabulous food. You can have champagne and cocktails. But the ingredient which is most important are your guests, who you invite. If you invite the party bore, somebody is not going to enjoy themselves because they're going to be literally in a corner left with that person. Leave them for a one-to-one. But what you have to do is, even if you've got a barn with sawdust on the floor, you create an atmosphere with the people and by moving those people around so they enjoy themselves, so they have conversations. You have to ignite a conversation and you have to begin it. So sometimes when I'm taking people around, I say, right, you know, Joe, you must meet Jill. You know, Jill loves gardening. Joe creates machine tools. You know, you think of a way to so that opens a passage for them to have a conversation and feel relaxed. And it's all to do with making people feel comfortable. I mean, attention to detail, a lot of it I do myself. I can oversee people and I can give instructions, but at the end of the day, I want perfection. I want the flowers to be as I would want them. The tablecloths, you know, I want them to touch the ground. I want everything to inspire conversation and atmosphere. And it's exactly the same when I'm representing people. You have to put yourself in their shoes and put yourself into the shoes of the person who may be doing an interview or may be meeting them. It's the first impression. It's making people comfortable. What I did was I took the first book and I went through it in detail and I rewrote every single chapter, every page, and then I added chapters on social behavior, self-esteem, mobile phone etiquette, how to present yourself, how to get a job, as it were, how to make certain that when you come in that room, that your energy is positive, that the person sitting there understands. They don't probably know why, but, you know, I explain about auras and about the energy field around everything, any living, plant and human being, and how it's that aura which almost comes in the room before you, hits those people sitting there and they make an instant decision. So how you have to learn to think positively and to be, as it were, in control of yourself, but feel relaxed. And always think about that person you're meeting and that person that you're going to have a conversation with may well be feeling exactly the same as you are. And therefore, you know, things, it's quite simple when you understand the reasons why. People have often said, you know, being a promoter or doing PR or hosting events, you know, it's terrifying, or you know, it makes you nervous. You have, gosh, I have competition with the rain. You have to absolutely love what you're doing. You have to love people. You have to, years and years ago, I was taught by a very wise old man, attention to detail. If you get the detail right, everything else fits into place. If you get the detail wrong, it's like a pack of cards. If that base is no good, it comes tumbling down. You have to laugh. In my book, I've actually written a whole chapter on this and about preparation. And you learn things do go wrong. The lights go off, you know, but you have to always have plan B. It happened to me once. I did a significant party. The electricity went off. It was in Portugal. But I had candles. I had musicians who could play live. And what did I do? They unplugged and they walked around. I had, you know, tambourines, and people clapped and people danced. You carry on. But the most important thing is you learn to laugh. You learn to laugh when things go wrong. If you start crying, everybody cries with you. If you laugh, they laugh with you. And they forgive. And sometimes some of my greatest successes have been because something's gone wrong. And I remember in Moscow going to a significant party, and I had all the guests in this sort of mini bus. It was a 10-minute drive to where we were going, and a fantastic dinner party was arranged, and I had Lord Lamont there, and I had some significant people. And I had all these, 20-odd guests. It happened to be the day, May the 9th, when they have May Day rehearsal in Moscow, and the traffic comes to what they call a standstill. So there we are with our driver trying to pretend nothing was wrong, kept going in a circle in the other direction. Here we are, a dry bus, 2 hours. Well, fortunately, we found, you know, a little shop. We bought vodka. Nobody could believe what was happening. We're all dressed up. We had the best time. By the time we arrived, which was 2 hours late, you know, and the premier guests were already there. They'd gone in private limousines. We were in such good spirits, literally. But it was a fantastic party. You learn to turn a situation. But the most important thing is you have to love doing it. And you have to be able to read and accept people as to who they are. And everybody is a person, whoever they are. And they have a life. And they have interests. And there's something of interest to you about everybody we meet. And it's sometimes, even again in my book, I say, and it's happened to me on occasions where I have been seated at a dinner and I am sitting next to two people who are perhaps not the most eclectic in the world. Perhaps they are the party bore. They are the two people I would least want to sit next to. And I have to, you know, at the beginning of the evening, I talk to the person on my right, then I talk to the person on the left. What you have to do is transform that person into somebody you really want to talk to. And therefore, you have to inject something which is going to make him interested. And it can be whatever you feel will turn that person on, so that you're going to enjoy yourself and it's going to spark off a good conversation. It's a challenge, but you have to understand, you know, you must make an effort. With people, I never look at people and think, unless it's children and babies, I never think of age. It's something because my friends span everything. I mean, I've always loved younger men, but I've also got lots of older men who are my friends.